Good morning all, CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday morning, October 29th. And we're looking at the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. And after a huge gap down, trend day down, double distribution, and 11 wide, we are looking at the bottom end of yesterday's range, going in and out of it, in fact, possibly gapping lower again for the second day in a row. We have one set of single prints remaining from September 25th right below here. So let's go over destinations and a game plan. So with just under 75 minutes to go prior to the opening, we will use yesterday's low on both sides of the equation in case we gap lower. So that would be 326.13, which was yesterday's low. Then we had the price probe. That's when the market probed, spiked lower, made a new low in the last half hour when we took out H's low. That's at 327.14. Above that, we have the 11 wide, H's high at 328.45. Then we have our overnight high of 330.13, and then those single prints, 330.35 get filled at 91 for the downside. If we don't gap lower, we will use yesterday's low of 326.13. Then we have those single prints, 326.08 get filled at 325.86. Overnight low of 325.65, and then 321.64 daily low. And that's really the last line of defense before that monthly low and those two weekly lows. So what's the game plan for this morning? Well, right now, pre-market volume again is heavy. 1.5 million shares. So it was heavy yesterday. We did good volume yesterday. We did about 125, 130 million shares. The question is this short-term players still running the show, or are the big boys starting to get involved and getting a little edgy before all these events that are about to take place and are taking money off the table? If that's the case, we could see some more downside and target last month's low and that big bullseye, the monthly low and two weekly lows. So if we are to gap lower, I will look to take a put play. Now my out would be if we fill the gap. The problem with holding it until H is low, M's low is 326.13, H's low is 327.14. So that's a ton of heat to see if the price probe holds. So if we gap lower, I will take a put play. If the gap fills, I will get out. I could always get back in if we are to come up but fail to get back into H's range. I could always take a put play again and then ride it back down. That's a put play early. Call play if in the next hour, two things that could happen. We open either below yesterday's low or at the bottom of it, but come right back in. Now, I would not be a buyer there. I would need to see us take out the price probe and get some acceptance into M's range. M's range was huge yesterday, but if you get accepted in here and you hold H's low, well, then two things would happen. Number one, you'd be back inside yesterday's value. And number two, the odds of trading up to that 11 wide would be very, very good. And three, if we do get that acceptance, you know how we might travel all of M's range. So that's what I would look for. If we get above H, you can take a call play there. If we're going back and forth through it, you could either take it off and watch a little bit, see if it happens in B period. If B period, we start one-time framing up and get into H's range, well, that's even more confirmation. I'd take a long play to at least get to the point of control, if not the top of M's range. Again, these are two early plays. A put play and a call play early. If we're to open and not gap lower, get up to H and fail, well, then again, you could take a put play to see if we ride back down. So again, if you're in my voice channel room, we're bouncing these ideas around, trade ideas, live, real time, while this profile is streaming. And then chart-wise, 2 days to go, inside month. It would be an inside month unless we take out 319.80. If we hold 319.80, it's an inside month, which again will make for some very interesting times starting Monday. Weekly is firmly down, one-time framing down 2 weeks. Your next big destination is 319.80. Question is, will you get there this week? Will they attempt it next week? That all remains to be seen. And then the daily, we are down. One-time framing down 3 days. We came out of an inside day. We have a huge gap, which the odds of filling that the first time there are slim and none unless something really spectacular comes out. Again, the next big destination on the daily is last month's low. So there is a target there. So again, if we gap lower today and don't fill this gap from today, well, it's going to get easier and easier for the bears to push down and eventually test last month's low. We are firmly accepted into this 5-day balance. And the bottom line with that is you might test the bottom of it, which is 319.80. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we will recap at 5 p.m. 4 p.m.